It's a good-looking vehicle, ain't it?
Okay, well, the time has come. I haven't made a very fun video in the last few months, just dealing with hurricane stuff. But it's December 7th, and it's time to put Cousin Eddie's RV back on the golf cart. Feeling a little under the weather today. Had a sore throat all night last night, so not really kind of in the mood to do this, but it needs to get done and nobody else is going to do it, right? So here's the panels right here. Saved them from last year. You guys may have seen the video of this golf cart RV on Facebook. It got 110,000 views in like a week. It was pretty wild. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up so you can follow along as I reassemble this over onto the golf cart, and then we can start cruising around. We got a golf cart parade here in our neighborhood on December 21st, so I want to make sure I'm ready for that. But it is cold outside, and it's kind of cold riding a golf cart, but it's a lot warmer when I install the RV. Blocks out so much wind. So I'm going to try to build up enough energy and motivation, get this done, and make a fun little video here. Follow along if you wish. Alright, first step is disassembling this. I gotta get these mirrors off, the roof off, this windshield off. Ow, that hurt. I gotta remove these rear roll cage bars, and I gotta remove these fender flares in order to make this work. All right, so my disassembly is now finished, and it's been a year, and I don't exactly remember how I did this. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. I got these old pieces of window frame, just some metal, and I need to attach these down here at the bottom. And basically what that's gonna do, I think this way, is that's going to allow my side pieces to sit right in the channel of this piece of metal, and it's going to give it a little bit of support from underneath. First one, let me jump over and do the second one now. Okay, so now my next step is to attach these 2x4s using 2 bolts to the upright roof supports. Slide these through the existing holes. Easy until you want to get it on camera. That thing's got to be stubborn. Okay, so as you can see, I've got to a point here where I've got 3 pieces of wood, 2x4s. I got extends out a little bit past this upright bar. So this is basically what will hold the panels on the side. I'm going to screw the side panels into the 2x4. The bottoms of them are going to rest nicely right in this channel so that it doesn't come out or go down. Kind of holds that bottom in there. And that's pretty much it as far as the inside skeleton, I guess you could call it. Let's go ahead and attach these sides. Alright, so there's the first side. That's just 2 screws holding it in. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more screws. And we'll jump over to the other side and get that one up. Alright, so here is the general concept. Got the sides and the back on. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day as of right now. From the front, really doesn't look like much. Now on the next one I do for next year, I'm going to use a different material. I'm not going to use this foam board. I'm going to use this stuff called Max Metal. It's really nice and thin. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint the insides of this probably a darker color. But for now, this one's going to have to work this year until I get it revised for next year. But here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, and then I'm gonna revisit this tomorrow which, lucky for you viewers, is only going to be about 3 seconds from now. So, see you tomorrow. All right, welcome back. Gonna go ahead and finish up the last few steps of this to get the front looking more like an RV, and then adding the roof. All right, just grabbing a little piece of wood here and just gonna attach this from an existing hole in the upright in the front. Attach it there. All right, so I went a different route this year. I put a different front end on here. I just used some Coroplast, which is just the corrugated plastic. I used it because it bends a little bit nicer. Attach it to that wooden cross piece here. Then I used a little bit of glue and I attached it and curved it around the same curve as the styrofoam that I cut out for the sides. And then I cut out a little bit of section right here to notch out, to get a little relief from the headlights. And it's yellow. And I know what you're thinking, that looks really dumb, Matt. What are you doing? I'm gonna paint it, and then I'm going to paint some headlights on here to match the original Eddie RV from the movie. Well, before I paint that, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the roof, and then the front top curved portion here. I'm just gonna use these pieces of wood right here. Last year I drilled a hole and attached them through the holes of the metal uprights. I think this year I'm just going to go ahead and zip tie them, because they're not going to really go anywhere when you have some zip ties. And then I got a 4x8 piece of styrofoam over here, which is going to act as my roof. That will screw into the wood here and screw into the foam here. The last piece. So this is the top roof section, which is going to act as like the driving lights. This is also Coroplast. I'm going to screw it in here right into the foam, and then I wrap it up top and screw it into my styrofoam roof. All right, last step now that the roof is on, every panel is on, ready to go. I just got to paint this to look like the rest of the camper. So I'm going to go ahead and mask out a square right in the center there, paint that black. That'll represent where the grill goes. Got two headlights side by side on the left and right. So we're going to have to do like I'm going to grab a solo cup. I'm going to trace a circle. Everything else I'm going to paint a beige. Hopefully I have enough left. And then a little bit of brown to represent the rust going around the front. Okay, just gotta throw a string light around it, put the wreath on the front. Okay, here we go. All done. It's a fine looking RV. Got the Cousin Ed license plate. Gotta have the American flag because I suspect Cousin Eddie be pretty patriotic fella. Got the wreath and the headlights. It's basically all finished. Got the cab lights up top. Just gonna wait until it gets dark and I'm gonna plug these string lights in, get some underbody lights going, and then we'll do another walk around as soon as it gets dark here momentarily. If you've made it this far, that's pretty amazing, to be honest. If you have, make sure you hit subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you don't want to subscribe. If you enjoy Cousin Eddie or Christmas Vacation or anything homemade like this. Alright, it's just about dark. Thanks for watching. If this was entertaining to you, make sure you hit subscribe, or at least give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask. And Merry Christmas.